For 3 years, an e-cig friendly stop smoking service. So the people who come to us to get help to stop smoking can use all the traditional products that we can offer, including behavioural support, but they can also use e-cigarettes. Now, at first we just gave people a free sample. Now we're trying to build in a more standardised procedure for giving people an e-cigarette. And we've seen over that 3 years numbers rising from just a couple of hundred to almost 800, and many of them quit successfully, many more quit successfully than those who only use nicotine replacement therapy and behavioural support. So we're really, really pleased with the success of the programme.
Was it easy so as to be accepted to offer electronic cigarette as a substance of nicotine? It's something very rare. It doesn't happen in other places in the world.
Choosing to use an e-cigarette with nicotine in it was something that felt a little bit scary to us at first, but in those 3 years I think we've got very much more used to it. We've practiced the arguments. When people say, "Oh, you don't know what the long-term outcomes are," we know that it's safer than smoking. We've got Public Health England report on that, the Royal College of Physicians, and the fact is that they're getting their nicotine without the smoke, and it's the smoke that kills. So no carbon monoxide, no tar, and so we encourage people, if they haven't ever vaped before, to give it a go. And many of them say, I didn't know what it was going to be like at first, but it was much, much better than I expected it to be. And some say, that was the day that I had my last cigarette. It doesn't suit everybody. Some will try it, and they just can't get on with it. Sometimes it's the technology that they find difficult. So it might be the filling of the device, things like that, they just can't get on with. You do need to be quite skilled, I think, in learning how to use a vaporizer. And some people are willing to put the effort in, and they do really well. For other people who can't manage that, we've got other alternatives. And we find that combining nicotine replacement therapy and the vaporizer works really well, because a patch will give people the background comfort when they need nicotine, and the vaporizer is good for the hand-to-mouth action.
And if someone quits smoking by the use of electronic cigarettes, and afterwards he may wants to quit also vaping, do you offer services about that?
No, we don't. If people say they want to stop vaping, it's often because their doctor or somebody in their family has said, "Oh, it's very bad that you're doing that, you should stop doing that as well." And we say to them that this could be the one thing that stops them relapsing to smoking, because many of the people that we see will have stopped smoking, started again, stopped smoking, started again, and they're on a constant cycle. If they keep vaping, it may stop them actually going back to smoking. So we say, don't even worry about that. You're getting clean nicotine, take it at your pace. And a lot of them will reduce the amount of nicotine they're using on their own, and some will just stop vaping, some will carry on. And it's not our business to interfere in that process, really. We're a stop smoking service, we're not a stop nicotine service. And I think that's a really important distinction.
Okay.